Hiya guys, it's just before bedtime and I thought I'll do a video because I was thinking about a few things about life and just in general what's happening in this world. Of all the chaos in the world, it brings my anxiety up a bit. I don't know whether it's the news that we are surrounded by, and also, excuse me, is the stuff that we read on our phones and the news that we watch that's fed to us. Even sometimes, like today, I was driving and on this big billboard, they are advertising, the size of this wall here. They are advertising on the road. LBC News highlights the fires in California, America, and all the other headlines that are grabbing the attention of the mainstream media. And it's crazy. We are living in crazy times. As I am here in my bed now, ready to go to the other world, and that's not death, that's ready to sleep, zone out to wherever we go when we sleep. And yeah, as I'm here now, just thinking about everything, all the problems that we have as humans, and we have these big major players in the world, and all the wars that are going on. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy, guys. The war in Ukraine, and then you got Trump. He's like a big kid. He's like a kid in a big man's body who's got so much power. And he's there and he wants to make America great and all of these changes, and he's my friend. The way he talks, the level of his English, the way he words his sentences about people and things, you'd think this guy has recently left kindergarten, honestly. That's my assumption of Trump. And I am also taken back by the people who voted this guy in. I thought these people are intelligent, or half intelligent, but maybe they're like someone that's unorthodox, who's not from the main sort of pile of politicians. I'm not saying he's good or bad for America, I'm just giving my own opinion about the guy. And then you have people like Nigel Farage here, which we know is a multi-millionaire and he's just beating that old case of immigration and grooming gangs and just the same old rubbish. The country is going to shits, and from head to toe, you name it, the NHS, our hospitals, and so on, the police, crime. We've had our Brexit. Things were supposed to get better, but they're not better. Brexit was a big lie they sold us. And things are going downhill in the UK with the cost of living. There are many issues in the country, but the most obvious and easiest thing to blame and to draw our anger towards are immigrants and foreigners and people of colour. This is the reality, sadly, in the UK, which is sad to see, What do you do? It's not one or two persons. There's a vast majority of people that are just ignorant and just plain stupid for complaining about these things, yet 14.5 years of the Conservative Party, they did absolutely nothing positive, barely anything positive for the country, to better the country, the economy. But yet, it's the same old dog they are beating. Immigration, and foreigners and immigration. And sadly, the media has jumped on this as well. The right-wing media has been very pivotal in making these views up in the media, and with people thinking about all their problems being immigration. Basically, the media has played a big role, but like Daily Mail, The Sun, and so on. They feed this rubbish narrative to the people, and like I say, a lot of them are ignorant, and they're just one-sided. They only see what they want to see. And like I said again, the easiest way is just to blame immigration. Instead of blaming their own government, the Conservatives, the whole system, they just pick on the easy targets. So this is the reality, you know. So what do you do? What do you do? America's, I don't even call it a country. It's like an empire. Last time I checked, they have 735, give or take, military bases, known. These are known military bases around the world. You know, these are military sites, bases, raiders, stations, whatever you want to call it. They are all for military use. 700 plus are scattered around the world, around the globe. Why would a country need so many military bases? Why? Why would you have this? There are no other superpowers that have this. China that barely has any military bases around the world. Russia's in decline. They hardly have anything. They had that base in Syria, but Assad is gone now, so we still don't know the future of their military bases there, but it's in decline. So what is the end goal for America? What is it that they want to do, you know? Do they want to control the whole world? Which they are very much doing so to a certain extent. They have the reserved currency, which is the US dollar. They have all these big corporations. They have Google, iPhone, the Mac, Amazon, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Starbucks, Meta. They have all these big corporations, businesses, entities that are, you know, all over the world. They have a moat around the world. And any country that does not fall in line, they use either military force, which is mainly used in the Middle East, and elsewhere they use economic sanctions. So really, they are an empire. They are not a country, they are an empire. And what happens in the future? Do they control the world's population in terms of the way they manage us with the height of the AI? You know, do they force us to do certain things that we do not want to? We may not really see the true intentions in our lifetime, but maybe our kids will see this. And as time passes, we will get a clearer picture or vision of what's going to happen. And even this whole COVID thing that happened, that's a whole different story. And I'm not sure if I was to talk about it, this video will be flagged or not. I'm not sure. But to me, that was a betrayal. That was some other thing that I hope we don't have to go through again. And sadly, people are talking about a next lockdown. So we don't know. Anyways, my friends, stay safe. And it's nice to talk about these deep topics. And if any of you guys are in tune with what's happening and your brain sort of sets off to a different world in terms of where we're going as a human race, and look at the war in Ukraine, and all these countries, the military, they spend billions and trillions on missiles and armory and technology and drones. If only all this military budgets can be directed at, improving poverty, environmental side of things, our emissions, improving people's lives, welfare, finding solutions to nuclear fusion. I know they are working on it. But if all this money, instead of into weaponry and wars, was directed into positive things for the planet, even sending spacecrafts to the universe, sending them out to explore, to find the big questions of life. But yet we are busy killing each other, and the evilness inherited by men. I just hope we can overcome this, reduce this. And I really don't know. Sometimes this world, this life feels like a dream. As if you're really in a matrix, in a dream. You wake up, do your daily routine, come home, come to bed, switch off, and do it again. And when you see all these big events in the world, you're powerless. There's not much one can do. Here I am in my own bed. I'm grateful that I have at least peace and prosperity, and this should be a right for every human being. There is no reason why people should go to bed hungry and in fear for their life. But sadly, man's evilness and greed gets the better of us. Good night, and I remain your friends, guys.